Yo, welcome back to the channel today with that boy BFA. Going to be going through, this time we're going to be going through a game awareness session, and I've done Hatchin quite a few times. I feel like a lot of the people I'm working with, I would say, struggle with this map because it's a new one. So I think that makes sense. But generally what I want people to do, because there's going to be new maps that come in all the time, right, is just make sure you go into a private game like we're doing now and just kind of have a look at the map, the setup and stuff like that, and just kind of think where you would like to be on different hills. And then when you start to play, you'll get the reps in and it'll become easier. But yeah, BFA, what's going on, man? How are you today? You ready to get into this one?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So you told me you're platinum, just like last time we're around the platinum level. So we're going to see what gets you to diamond, okay? So we're just going to pick your brain apart. We're going to go through a few things. So first thing we're going to talk about is, for this session, I want to go through game awareness and really just have conversations about specific things. So right now, we're playing on P2, okay? We're playing on P2.
Okay.
You said you like play the AR role. So I want you to give me your perfect setup where you are, where you want your teams in an ideal situation. And then I'm going to give you certain scenarios that happen, and I want to see how you react to them. Is that okay?
Yep. So
Perfect.
I'm usually either I try to play like this back hedge because then it gives me like a sight to middle, and then I can come over here and help the team challenge the point. So that's where I like to play, and then I kind of hold spawns for the team. And then usually one teammate is. Sometimes you have two teammates playing hill, which is fine on this one.
So
especially
where would
so
where would you want them to be if you could control this? So you're holding spawns, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split this into 4 segments as well, okay? So I'm actually gonna write this down. I don't think I'll be able to actually. Okay, so we're gonna have one person anchoring spawns in our situation most of the time. We're gonna have at least one on the hill.
Yep.
Sometimes 2. And then we're going to have one cutting lanes. That's generally what we want to have. The second person, the flexible player on the hill, he can, depending on the scenario, either put more pressure with spawns, he can help heal, he can just, depending where the pressure is on the map, okay? So you give me your ultimate scenario. So you're holding spawns, okay, cool.
Yep.
Where do you want the players on the hill or player on the hill? Where would you like them?
So ideally, I'd want a guy that has an AR on the hill. So I'd want a second AR on the hill, because then you can head glitch this car. Okay. And you can kind of play that rock heady right.
Let's start with this one right here.
It's easy to play.
Let's start with this one right here. So I'm going to be breaking the hill from the front. You're going to be head glitching this hill. And I want you to kill me, okay?
Okay.
So when you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Let's have a fight.
Damn.
Okay. So right there's a perfect example, okay? The setup is good. And straight away I just showed you, it's all about efficiency. So when you're in that scenario, you cannot get broken because it doesn't matter how good your setup is. If I win a gunfight like that, it's going to get collapsed on, okay? So the reason, like I said to you, I have the same session with someone else, and I have the exact same drill with someone else. I'm just going to take them off the head glitch. Right there, it was too easy for me to take you off. So before we proceed, I would have the exact same setup as you in an iridescent lobby. But you have to play your life more here, okay? You have to be more annoying here. Well, the first thing you didn't do is you stood still on this head glitch, okay? Now, you have to remember, when I'm playing in my lobbies, just like I said to you, BFA, sorry, I know where you're going to be because I'm predicting it. So I'm predicting you're going to be in the head glitch. So what did I do? How did I play that? I came around the corner, I did a slide cancel, and then as soon as I saw you, I just ripped your head off. I strafe ripped your head off because you weren't moving. So there's 2 things you need to do. One is strafe more. Use this head glitch more. Be more annoying, okay? You were too passive there. Is that fair?
Okay, yep.
Okay. And the second thing is anticipation. You know where I'm coming from as well, right? You know I'm coming on that head glitch as well. So all I want you to do is stand here, strafe left and right, and pre-aim my head glitch. So even if I slide cancel it, 1, you're in a cover, and 2, you can get some shots off and push me back. So we're going to try the same thing again, because you know I'm coming through here. Okay? So you should be ready for this gunfight. Now, if I was to do this, even though you haven't anticipated that, it's easier for you. Like, I'm out in the open, right? So you need to always prepare. So when I say this, pre-aiming the head glitches, you need to prepare. So right now, there are 2 head glitches that could come through. Okay? Head glitch number 1 is this area here. This is head glitch number 1. Head glitch number 2. Okay? So when you're sitting on that hill, all I want you doing, if your teammates have everything else, let's see your teammates in the middle, you're watching the front, is simply just standing behind this Lambo, or behind there if you want. Whatever's easier for you. I think the Lambo's better. Just moving left and right into cover, being annoying, strafing. If you see someone and you feel like you're getting taken shots, go crouch. Back away, buy time, be annoying. You just don't want to die here, because if you die, the whole setup gets, you know, a bit more pressurized, a bit more pressure on the setup, okay? Okay. Same thing. I'm going to come around the corner. I want you to try and kill me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. get better. Still wasn't perfect. We're going to go through it. Let's see what we can do now. So I'm going to close the gap now. Okay, needs to be a bit better there, a bit faster, a bit more snappy there. Okay, overall was okay, wasn't bad. I just want to see how you can react there. In that situation, what I'm trying to do is like buy time. It really depends on the situation. Okay.
Yep.
But from your end, for me personally, I feel like you have to be a bit more snappy and just make sure, like, for example, when I'm standing here and I'm one shot, like in this corner, when I'm here one shot, I don't mind you, like, especially in the situation where it's just like, say it's like this, I don't mind just doing this and then sliding back out and getting ready. Because what I'm doing is I'm buying time for my team. What you don't want to do is this. Could you stand where I am, please?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me the difference of these two plays. Right now, if my opponent's there and I did this, okay, this is play one. Why might this be a worse play than this?
One, you're exposing yourself to, I mean, you're just exposing yourself more, right? So you're coming out here. My teammate can be back here at the rock.
That's the main reason. It's your teammate.
Yeah.
It's not about you, because I should kill you regardless, right? You're one shot. But if I stand here, your teammate has a high chance of killing me from the rock, okay? But if I went into the corner, you see, it's, you know, it's impossible for your teammate to kill me. So I go in this corner, kill you, back away like this, go back to the head glitch, okay?
I got you.
So let me show you how I did this. Just stand here a little bit, just come a bit closer. So so let's say I slide out like this, I'll kill him. As I'm sliding backwards now, I'm aware that your teammate could chow me. So I'm sliding backwards, getting back on the head glitch. So all I'm doing is I'm keeping that space, keeping the distance, making it harder, okay? That's the first thing when you're in the head glitch. Just making sure you're a harder target to kill. Let's try it one more time on the head glitch, and then we'll move on to the next area at the back of the map, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go again. Okay, so again, we have to be working on that.
You're breaking the hell out of my camera.
Exactly. You saw how easy that was. Like on my perspective, it doesn't look crazy, but on yours, I can imagine it's like, oh, I'll pop up and I'm dead. So we have to work on that. We have to work on that because, like we said, it doesn't matter how good your setup is. Think about it right now. In a real game scenario, there's probably going to be two people where I am. I'm actually breaking this by myself, which means you have to just be more, like, just be more of a presence there. Okay, let's try one more time. Like, do you think you should be winning this gunfight or at least holding me back and like being more annoying there?
I should be, yeah.
Okay, I think you should be winning it, but even if you don't win it, remember, I have to push you. You have the advantage here. Why? Because I have to push you. So what you can do is make me weak. I have to push you. I'm going to try breaking the hill here. So if you feel like you're weak, you go into cover like this, then what do? You pop up, just like I did to you. Same thing. What I'm doing to you, you could do to me, but what you can't do is overcommit and die at the start, okay? This time you're allowed to use your equipment, everything you want. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Damn.
So in that situation, it's actually better what you did than dying at the start. Why? Because in that situation, you're more than likely going to get help from your teammate. Okay, it's not really going to be a 1v1, so that was fine. Obviously, we'll go through the execution after, but remember, what happened there was better than you dying at the start. Why was it better?
Well, I just tried to play my life a little bit more, so I repositioned a few times.
Yeah.
I saw you were ripping me off the head glitch from a different angle as you pushed up. Then then as you were weak, I repositioned again, thinking you were going to push in because you knew I was weak.
Yeah.
So I repositioned over here to try to hopefully bait you in, but then used your equipment and knew I wasn't over here.
Yeah.
So then
even without radar, there's a few things. It's like I can see the cross, right? So I can logically like single out, like I didn't see you cross this right side, so I can logically assume you're going to be in this corner because I didn't see you anywhere else. So just about having the information on the map, okay? But the other thing is that, yeah, like even though you lost a gunfight there, maybe you could have, done a little bit better with your equipment or whatever. But regardless, like you did a good job of slowing the gameplay down, and that's all you need to do there, okay? Where the first two times I was challenging you, you were dying on the head glitch. That's a no-go. We cannot let that happen, okay? Because then you put too much pressure on your team. Okay, cool. So you have one person holding the back, one person holding the hill. Now remember, depending on where your teammates are, you have to play differently. Right now you have a teammate in front of you like this. So let's say you're cutting the lanes now, okay? You're cutting the lanes. There's two ways to do this, okay? What are the two ways of cutting lanes right now? Where are they spawning, and what are the two ways of cutting lanes? So you have the back. You have someone at the back.
Backup spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the backup spawn for this one. I do know that they spawn, and I don't know if this is the backup spawn, but I know they spawn like right around here.
Yeah, so
Right
let's not worry
around
about the backup spawn for now. This is fine. Like we're going to work on this assumption here. There are 2 ways to cut the lanes in this hill, and I want you to show me both of them.
So one, you could be kind of pre-aiming right here, kind of playing like a cruddy corner as they come by. You can shoot. You can play on this side of the rock, kind of shoot them as they come.
So
You
what
can have
I've
another
found,
guy in mid.
so what I've found is when you push up, I don't really see people pushing up here because I feel like this spot here is, I don't know if it blocks the spawn or what it does, but I just don't really find people pushing up all the way here. Maybe it's because you're exposed to middle as well. I feel like if you're going to cut the lanes from here, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit higher up because right now you have no teammates presence or cover, right? So you're probably good for 1 kill. Where for me, a little bit more of an efficient route is this. If you come here, let's say I'm sitting up here, right?
Yep.
Why do you think this is a good route? Could you stay there for me? Over where you said, what you said was pushed out more, which is great, but why do you think this could be a little bit more valuable in certain situations? What is the one advantage you have from here that you didn't have there?
So if teammates are challenging the hill, right? So I have that guy behind the car. If he even makes anyone a little bit weak, even like 1 shot, 2 shots, whatever, as they're running by and they do, let's say they do kill the guy in the car,
Yeah.
they're gonna be sprinting to try to get the time. That gives me the opportunity to kind of just pre-aim and
100%.
kill.
So when you were sitting here, what did we say to you? We said, as long as you don't die, you're fine. You don't need to be crazy. You just don't die. So right now, if I'm buying time for my team being annoying, think about it from the enemy perspective. I sit in this corner for me, am I right?
Yep.
I physically can't do this. I can't do this to you because your teammate is going to shoot me. So it has to be kind of very coordinated. So that's where there's more mistakes happen. So what you're doing now is setting up a crossfire. You're watching this side. Your teammate's watching over you. It's very hard for them to break through the front. Okay. So that's one way of cutting lanes. Now you can push up here, like you said. The only thing that I've personally found is if you're standing here, for example, 1, they could come through middle and pinch you. 2, even if you're standing here, let's stand here for a second. Once they go through, let's say you get the first kill, you're probably going to get traded by now, okay? So what happens then is you then spawn at the back of the map and they spawn here. So by the time you get back towards the P2, you're now funnel at the back of the hill. Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's basically, it's a little bit, play a little bit safer here to guarantee more than 1 kill. Because right now, where would you be spawning? You'll be spawning back here. So you'll be helping the team. You'll be helping the guy in the hill from here. You see how you're at the back of the hill now? There's no pressure, or there's no pressure on the front. That's the only thing I would say about you. You're cutting the lanes there, is you want to make sure you're somewhere where you can be annoying. If you can play your life, it's perfect. So this is, like, for me, a better spot, just because it's a bit more safe. If you can somehow finesse and get a few kills, that's fine. Again, it depends at work. Because if you're pushing up here, you're kind of blocking that spawn. There's a chance they spawn like on the left side or middle, and then they can just push for spawn. So it really depends. Now, what I will say, when there's 25 seconds left, this is where you want to start making a play. What you want to do is when there's 25 seconds left from here, you actually want to start pushing up here. And why do you think I prefer this play now with about 25, 30 seconds left?
Because now if they spawn to the left, or let's say you flip spawns completely and they spawn all the way back here, that gives you a free opening to P3.
Exactly. So you actually giving them the good spawns for P2, but the bad spawns for P3, and that's very important. Not enough people do that. No one does that, okay? So if you can start to do that, if you can start to manipulate the spawns when you're cutting lanes, but you know, there's 25 seconds left, because I know I can watch your VOD review now, and I know there'll be 20 seconds left, and you're still anchoring at the back here.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of sometimes doing it. Sometimes I look at it. I think I get like locked in so much.
Yeah, sometimes it's called,
like,
I would say it's tunnel vision.
Right here.
Your tunnel vision on your job, which is fine. But then again, the whole point of it is to have that awareness. That's what we were learning, okay? So here was a perfect example. There's 20 seconds left and you're anchoring. What do you do? There's 25 seconds left. You're anchoring. What do you do? Where do you go? Talk to me.
So if I'm the one anchoring back here,
yeah,
I like to push out to the left.
Okay.
I like to go left.
So there's a few things here. This isn't bad. What I actually don't mind you doing as well is pushing through this way and start to gradually, it depends on where your teammates are, right? If they're coming through the left or middle, you don't need to fight them, because what you're actually trying to do here is you're trying to give up that map control. You're trying to come here, for example, let them fight for this area. Why? Because if they're standing here and fighting for this area, they're spawning their teammates here. And that you're kind of giving up the back spawns, basically. So what you want to do is kind of like slowly shift towards the right if your teammates have the front control. So let's say your teammates pushed up here and they have front control. You want to start holding the hill from this side. Does that make sense? You actually want to start holding the hill from here because you want them to spawn in the back there. okay? And then you can start rotating. If no one's there, yes, you can go through the left. But I actually like going through the hill and just letting them spawn at the back and then start rotating around. It's a really good way of playing it, but not enough people do that, okay? So that's kind of your P2, just generally how you have different roles. So what I want you to do is just look at the map and see what's going on, where people are, and how they're really, basically what your teammates are missing and stuff like that, okay? Let's move on to the P3. And yeah, give me a perfect setup for a P3. Give me something that right now you have a perfect setup. I'm not going to say anything. You just give me your perfect setup where you want all 4 people.
So obviously, like, this is right. So you hold back here, so you get the spawn. I actually like holding back here. You can see the middle push. You can see that push from P2 or P4. You can see the push over here. But the only problem is with that I've noticed that I've run into is that people tend to push top and they'll push through here or whatever, and then you're if you don't have a teammate up here, if you don't have a teammate up here, then it's kind of like, all right, well, now they just push right through here, and then they get back here, and then they end up ripping you off, and then they flip spawns, and then you're kind of in this like really shitty situation. So ideally, I'd want a teammate up here, just at least like even with an AR, just watching this straight, right?
Yeah. So
watching that whole.
So
area.
I'm gonna put this trophy down. This is where you want one teammate around here, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Show me another teammate.
So obviously the teammate back there holding spawns.
Cool.
I like this area right here. If you lay down right here, you can kind of watch this whole cross.
Okay. Stay there for me. Stay there for me. Show me the spot you want. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. That right there. Let's try the exact same thing. Okay. That's the spot for me. Is the easiest spot to get cameraed.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about setting up the crossfires in a second, okay? This is why I asked you about your setup. Before we go into the VODs and stuff, it's important to know mentally what you're looking for. So ready? That's your spot, right?
Yep. Yep.
So I shoulder that. Oh, he's right there. Okay, cool. Now, obviously, you can have a teammate on the left watching over, but it's just about the fact that right there, you're fully out in the open. You may be good for 1. Now, this is the most important thing. What I want you to start doing is thinking ahead of 1. I think right now your brain is very much in a scenario where I need to get 1 kill. I need to get 1 kill. Because every situation we've been in, that's kind of the way it looks like for me, is that you're good for 1 kill, right? Well, I want you to be in positions where you're good for multiple kills or multiple waves. So the way I want you to set up is more crossfires. Even right here, sitting prone here, compared to being on this head glitch, it makes no difference in terms of your angle. But when you're prone there, I saw your whole body. When you're on a head glitch, it's harder for me. Like, I have to hit you on the head glitch. But when you're prone, I saw your whole body. Do you want to switch and I'll show you what I mean? Can you stand here for me?
Yeah. Yeah, please.
So whenever you're ready, just pop up, okay? Just do a pop up. So I'm going to stand exactly where you are.
Okay. You want me to shoot or? So
do the pop up. So like all I want you to do is like kind of like slide cancel to the box and do a pop up and then kill me. I'm going to try and kill you as well.
Oh, let me know whenever you're ready. My bad.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, let's back away. So this is like the spot that you wanted to be in, like you're kind of prone, okay? So start at the back, and then however you want, try and kill me, however you want. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Even though I got first 2 shots, everything, I couldn't kill you there. I really couldn't kill you there, okay? So that spot I was in, why was it easy for you to kill me?
Yeah, like you said, your entire body was exposed. I had more hit surface to hit.
Way more. Did. And you had the pop up everything, okay? So imagine now, based on your setup so far, come back with me. You have a teammate watching the top here. Okay. You have a teammate sitting right here, like watching the top. You have a teammate at the back, and then you have that guy sitting there. Where was your 4th player in your setup?
I was gonna say to the right over here to the to the right.
To the right. So he could maybe help that guy on the right? He can kind of help this player. Cool. There's a few things with my setup, with your setup, which I have not an issue with, but I want to go through, okay?
Yeah.
Let me go through my setup, and we're gonna go through the differences, and I want you to tell me what you think, okay?
Okay.
Right now in your setup, where is all the pressure coming from?
From the front.
Okay. All the pressure is coming through here, okay? This is what the difference is in my setup. I want you to start being a bit more free with pushing out and cutting lanes in your setup. So, for example, we have somebody on the hill. He could sit either here or here. But let's keep it how you had it. Let's keep one on the far right, like this. So one's watching the whole right cross, okay? And then one's sitting here on the left watching this left cross, okay? The only issue is with your setup, if you come up here for me, The only issue with your setup is when they come around the corner, you technically could be in a 4v2 because you have one teammate holding the tunnel and one teammate there. So if I have 2 people right here, we could kill your teammate on the left. Could you go on the left for me? So you're right, sorry.
Yep.
Okay. What's right now? Who's helping you? If I have 2 teammates with me, I have me and one more on my left. Who's helping you right now?
No one.
From that angle, no one's helping you, right? I rip your head off. Okay, you're now dead. Then your teammate by himself is on the hill. We kill him. And then the guy in the plat's by himself. Do you see what I'm saying? By every single gunfight you're having is isolated. There's no advantage. Yeah. There's no crossfire. Okay? So this is what I want you to do instead. Same position, but instead come here. Right. This player here. This is where I want you to start testing the limits. If you have someone hard blocking the spawn, there is no reason to keep him. Why aren't you unleashing the trainer? Why does he have to be sitting here? Why can't he be? Come with me. Why can't he be here?
So what I've noticed is every time, like I've played this position while someone's anchoring the spawn, and then what ends up happening to me is someone pushes through like mid or from under the stairs or something like that.
So the few things there.
And then
it can't. It's not about the spot. It's about 2 things: your minimap and your kill feed. What you need to do is realize, okay, they have spawned there. So what you've probably done is this, and again, we'll do it in the VOD review. You've stood here and waited and just held this cart, okay? But you have to remember the situation. If 4 people died and they've spawned up here, they are then likely to push this cart, and then you have the advantage, okay? If there's been no kills or no deaths, then I could have done this. I could have went through middle, okay? I could have went through middle earlier, like 10 seconds ago, and then I could have come through here. So it's all about understanding the kill feed. So what you do is this. You stand here, you hold this lane. If you see nothing, what do? You do this. Come back here. You slide backwards, you stand here. Now, in this spot here, could you stand in this corner here and you're shouldering? You come back between here, you watch the window. Depending on the map, you're helping, okay? How much more map pressure do you have from there than you did from these stairs here?
You have a lot more. Because you're still covering that straight that I was worried about.
Exactly. Now, this is what you can do as well. The player on the hill that you had, let's come back here. The player on the hill, you only need 1. You need 1 player on the hill. The other player could actually play these stairs if you want, like this, and have more of an angle so he can see the guy on the right. For example, stand here. Okay. I want you to look at this spot here. Right now, it's like if I overcommit now to shoot you, your teammate can also see me, the one underneath you, right? So you see how the angles are changing? Because right now, what you were doing before, when you were playing this right block here, I could see, could you see me right now?
Yeah, right now, no.
Okay, so that's the issue. You don't want to have single gunfights. You want to have team gunfights. So right now, if I slide cancel like this, you can see me, and the teammate below can see me, you see? So you want to be in positions where they have to like have multiple people to fight. That way, you only have to hit me with 2 shots, you see? And because your teammate is pushed out now, it's harder. So those are little things I want you to work on, just being a bit more impactful in your pressure. Because like sitting right here, like think about it, sit right here, hold this angle. All you can see is this. All you can see is up to here. There's no map control right now on this bottom. And if I send 4 people down here, if you look to your right for a second, bro, you're never going to see that. So you need to be a bit more impactful there. Push out, get the kills. And once you get the kills, you can back away a little bit. Reposition, come through middle. Okay, now this is the best bit. Ready? There's 25 seconds left, 20 seconds left till you get another wave. If I'm the opponent, could you come with me for a second? There's 22 seconds left. Okay, you spawn right here. Where are you going? What are you doing?
25 seconds, I'm going this way.
Okay.
To go to P4.
Okay.
If I'm the opponent, I'm spawning there. I'm going straight to P4.
Okay. Most people don't take this long route all the way here, okay? You can, by the way. I'm just saying. Most people don't. What they do is if you come towards me here, they do this. That route you took is fine, by the way. And this is where counting numbers is important, okay? So, as an opponent, that's an option what you just did. So you need to count in your head, in your kill feed when you're looking, you need to count those names and look at those names, okay? What you need to look at as well is this. Most of the time, they might do this. They might go through here. So I want you to stand right here for me. So that's one option. So imagine if you were sitting where you were sitting, which was the back stairs. Can I see you? No, I have no information. But if you were sitting where I said, you could see this. Like I could see the cross through middle. So I can see the whole middle cross on my rotation, and I'm still watching over my teammates. Okay? So I'm stopping you from rotation. The next thing is what most people do is this. Could you come here for me? A lot of people do this. When they spawn, they come through here, and this is the quickest route, so they end up going through bottom. Have you seen that happen, or have you done that yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Most people do that. Why? Because they're trying to get through. Now, what you don't have as well, when you're sitting on those back stairs, what do you not have? You don't have cover for this area. You're relying on your teammate at the back, but I could just go through here. And now I've trapped you at the back and I'm getting on the point. The point is you're just opening up so many angles. But if you're sitting on the top middle, you can watch this whole middle area and just cut the rotations and make it easier to set up. But you can chain P3 and P4 by doing that, okay? Now let's move on to P4. Okay. P4, perfect scenario. In this situation, they are spawning whatever side you want. Give me a perfect setup. You have 3 minutes. Let's go for it. Perfect setup.
I kind of like them spawning at P2.
Okay.
And then have one guy up here, and that way I just find it a little easier to hold the position when they're spawning P2 because you have more like from here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same, but from here I feel like there's more room to finesse.
Okay.
Right, like you can hop up too many different places and kind of chow from different angles.
Okay. So show me. Show me. So they're coming through P2. They're coming through P2. So you're kind of following them through here. Show me how you have a team set up then.
So one guy up here.
Exactly where though, because you know I'm going to critique you. Okay, cool. So you're standing right here, watching this top area. Okay, cool.
I want the head glitch, or you know, as much of a head glitch as you can get, or even like farther back. I like this couch too.
Okay, cool. Let's play one.
One guy. I like this angle right here. Like you said, I'm so used to the 2 people on the hill, and then one guy watching the heady.
In this hill, you can have 2 people on the hill. That's not an issue. So where in the hill? Where in the hill do you want them?
Right here in that corner. Because if that guy's covering him, and then he dies, that guy can pop out and go right up here.
So you want him
that way?
Well, you want him this corner here, or you want him here?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So you have one person in the corner, one person on the left here, basically watching this left side. And where's your 4th player?
You know, I don't know. To be honest, because I don't really like hold spawns for this one. I guess I should. That's why it gets kind of mixy. But I feel like this is like one of those mixy hills that kind of, you know, everyone just kind of fights for.
Okay.
And I feel like if you're too far back on this one, like you're not impactful to your team at all. You're just like, oh, I can just make you spawn here, right? So I haven't figured out where to have that 4th guy yet. And that's kind of my issue with this hill is I kind of just roam around because I don't know what to do. So I'm usually the guy playing up here. And like I'll play in this area where your trophy is. Or
so there's one weakness with your setup. Stand here for me. Anywhere here in this area you want. Okay, so I'm spawning this side. Okay, I'm spawning this side.
Yep.
So you've identified the my teammate's up top right now. My teammate just come up top.
Put your head down and secure the target.
Okay, so my teammate's up top right now. So how are you standing there looking at me if my teammate's on my right?
I'm not.
Okay, so this spot right there. Right now you're looking at my teammate. You're going through my teammate. I kill you every time. So okay, so this for me personally, this spot's it's not bad for the start, but sometimes I like this. Like if you come back here, this is just a little bit easier to just maintain because you can see more of an angle. Like right now, stand in this left corner. This is why angles are so important. Okay, I want you to see this door, but not be seen from my top. So look at me, perfect. Can you be seen from my top?
No.
Okay, so this is better. Why? Because now you can see me. Now shoulder left a little bit, and you can watch my top. Okay, so that way it's all about the angles. So you see the difference in your spot when you were sitting like here, for example. The only problem is it's a little bit one-dimensional, right? They can come from your right. The next thing is making sure you're reading the pressure. So you don't have to have someone holding spawns on this map, on this specific hill. You just want to make sure you have enough pressure on the map where you're at least knowing where they spawn. So let's say you have like your 4th player behind you and they're constantly spawning P2. That's fine. You just need to be basically playing around that. You just got to play around that and make sure. Well, let's watch this project then. So right, this is what I was saying earlier. You say you want moving, you can make sure a bit more mobile. But yeah, whenever you have someone on like on that P4, honestly, all you want to have is you want to just push them through and kind of set them through a little trap and just spam your equipment and set up a crossfire. Your 4th person can kind of just chill around because most time it gets mixy, right? They're going to spam people. So he can just back you guys on the hill, help with middle. I don't think you need someone like fully anchoring on this hill. You just want to hold one side a little bit more through the middle. That way they spawn the other side. You don't really need like a full anchor. It's just about keeping track of the minimap and the names in there. But one thing I would say is that you don't need to roam around on that hill. Like you can literally just sit on your hill and let them come through a lane and just hold that lane and make it mixy for them. Because it will take them like 20 seconds to get through that lane. And when you kill them, it delays 20 seconds. Okay. So I think overall though, we went through basically every hill besides the P1 and just kind of generally the setup. So that what is the one thing you would say about yourself that you think you could do better based on the setups? Because remember, I know you didn't really think about this before, like prior. I didn't give you preparation, but it's just the way you're approaching your setups. Yeah, what's one thing you think you could do better in your like optimal setups?
So like we were going over our last session, that cut in the lanes, like
Yeah.
being that person that either cuts off the lanes, making sure there's someone that cuts off the lanes, or something like that. Like I said, I get so tunnel vision on holding spawns, especially when no one else is doing it. That's what happened. Like the last game I played, no one was holding spawns. So I was like, I dedicated myself to holding spawns, and no one else picked it up for the rest of the game. So I couldn't really change my
Yeah, and that's okay. That's fine.
play style, but making sure that someone's kind of pushed up a little bit and just kind of keep them at bay. Like you said, even if they make them weak, it makes the fight for the guy on the hill a lot easier, or the guy overlooking the hill or something like that, right? It makes them weak, right? It makes them one shot. So they either stop where they're at and they kind of drop and they play their life and they heal up, but that takes 2-3 seconds, so that's 2-3 more points. Or they push right in and they're one shot. Now it's another 8 to 10 seconds or 16 seconds, or depending on what hill they're on, the run to the hill. So that's one thing I need to work on, is that pushing up the map. Don't be afraid to push up the map. I think that comes with,
if you have somebody holding
if you have
spawns,
spawns, correct.
that's fine. I think, yeah, next thing I would say is just being a little bit more, I would say, impactful with when, for example, the P3 is a perfect example where your setup was very, 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 very reserved. You had kind of one person watching each cut, but you have to remember in a game, there's going to be multiple people like pushing out. You need like an extra layer of defense. And I think that's something that we could work on, is adding the extra layer. So I wanted to do this like kind of game awareness session today, so that next time we do a VOD review on Hacienda, I can see if you're applying it, because we kind of went through the basics today, right? Like the not the basics, but we went through like the setups and stuff like that as a solo queue player. Because when I'm playing solo queue, there's certain hills like P2, for example, you need to know how to anchor on P2, you need to know how to hold P2, and how to cut lanes as P2 as a solo queue player, and that's a skill set. If you're playing in a team of 4 and you're always anchoring, you don't know how to cut the lanes. You don't know the other roles. That's why solo queue is such a skillful thing for me, because every hill is going to be different. So right there, if you were holding P3 for me and you were cutting lanes, I would have given you a fail, because you weren't pushing out that top cut, right? And you said to me, oh, but when I push out that top cut, sometimes I die to other people. That comes down to minimap and kill feed and identifying the pressure, which will go through in the VOD, okay?
Okay.
And then, yeah, same thing with P4. If I said to you, all right, I need you to watch middle, the spot you were sitting at, the only issue is you weren't able to hold the middle, the top, and the bottom at the same time. So you have a high chance of dying. If you die there, they collapse on your hill. So just those little changes we need to make to get to that next level.
I got you.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Perfect. Let me end the recording there, and we'll catch up in a second. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, show some love, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.